And so we shot some pool, ran into some rude Frenchmen. I just dissed France a little,
Yeah.
and I'm French, but it just put a little hiccup in our moment.
Welcome to Elevated Life, Real Wellness and Transformation Podcast, where we walk alongside the internally driven individual as they transform their life through wellness, movement, mindset, and personal responsibility. If that's you, you're in the right place. Let's jump in.
We are back from our 4th of July weekend where we took a couple days off
Yeah.
from the chaos that has been life recently. So we thought we'd just share some updates.
Yeah. Share what we did for 4th of July. And it was America's 250th birthday, apparently. So happy birthday, America. Yeah. So what did we do? I'm tired.
Well, we went tent camping.
We
And
did.
we'll obviously get into more details, but tent camping is fun,
I prefer it.
but I'm not saying anything anybody who's ever done it doesn't know, but the value of a good air mattress is critical or high or
I think too.
worth its weight in gold.
Maybe as you age. Because when I was a kid, I would camp in the yard just with a sleeping bag. And I don't remember that affecting me at all. But now that I'm getting closer to 50, yes, it affects me.
I almost wonder if, because we kind of talked about this, we're going to have like a week with no bed.
Yeah.
And I almost wonder at
Just
this
a week?
point. Yeah.
Thank God.
Well, I mean,
Because in my head, I'm like 18th, 19th.
yeah. But then we're out of here on the 27th.
Right. Yeah.
So I almost wonder if the ground, just with a few blankets, would be better. Because part of the problem was just, it's a little chaotic, even just when you move around. If there's two people on a not that great air mattress.
You're like, but the other side is like, okay, I guess we're surfing now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So we took off on Friday,
We did.
and we've really been trying to be as intentional as we can be with hitting some places and doing some things that we're not going to be able to do anymore.
Yeah.
Some local things.
Yeah.
So the first one was having lunch at a fruit stand, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a farm. They have lots of different stuff that's all farm fresh stuff that they have. And they also have a kitchen.
Yep.
And so we had lunch there, sat out on the deck.
Yeah, at Smallwood Farms. So if you live locally, we're going to tell you our favorite. This is one of my favorite trips, what we did this weekend. And I want to share it with you so that if you live locally or you find yourself, in Okanagan, in the Okanagan or up in Winthrop, just some, places that we like to frequent. Yeah. So we started with Smallwood Farms, had lunch. There is a jeweler that sells her jewelry out at Smallwood Farms. They're wood earrings. So I wanted to stop specifically and pick up a pair of those earrings because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that on Kauai. And so that was, lovely. Had a lovely lunch. Yeah.
It's definitely a place, we don't frequent there,
No.
but it's never disappointed.
Yeah. Never.
We've
Yeah.
got a great menu, lots of different things. There, I had basically like a smoked brisket. What am I trying to say? Like a Philly cheesesteak
Yeah.
with au jus, and it was spectacular.
And I had the turkey pesto, and the turkey was not lunch meat turkey. It was carved off of a turkey. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we also picked up local cherries, and then we made our way up the mountain. And can I just keep going?
Yeah.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a hot tip to anyone who lives in the area. Okay. The campground that we stay at is hands down the best, in my opinion, in Twisp, Winthrop area. And it's called the Riverbend. And you are literally, if you're tent camping, you are 10, 15 steps from the river. So the tent camping goes right up against the river. And then if you're in a camper, you're not right up against the river, basically. You're
just, across the road. Across the, not the highway, across just the little
camping path.
Yeah.
And there's also, it's not like just the tent campers get the river access, right? There's access points there too. It's lovely. One of the reasons why I love it, besides the river, because you literally can just huff your chair down to the river 15 steps and sit in the river.
Yeah, I was just going to say just real quick about the river. It's a great spot because it's really shallow.
Yeah.
And it's, rocky, like smooth rocky. But it's shallow enough that you can just sit in it.
Yep. And it's so beautiful, you guys. Okay. So the other reason why I love it is because their bathrooms are super clean and their showers, it costs like, 3/4 for 7.5 minutes of a nice, hot, clean shower. Because that's one of the things with tent camping that it's like, oh my gosh, you just want a shower. You do. And so, yeah. So if you guys ever find yourself in the Twisp area, Riverbend Camp Spot is the best. So we went and checked in, and we were like an hour and a half early to check in, and the lady there was super friendly and helpful. You can talk about that because you talked to her. I just waited for you to do the thing.
Yeah, she was great. She was out gardening.
Yeah.
And came in and got us all checked in, and
hour and a half early.
Yeah, no problem.
And then we set up camp and huffed our chairs to the river for the river. Did we do anything that night? We did. We went out to dinner. Yeah. Where did we go?
Three Finger Jacks in Winthrop.
That's where we ate. No, we went to the Old Schoolhouse Brewery.
Oh, for dinner.
Yeah, for dinner. And we caught the tail end of the soccer game, and everyone in there was just like whooping and whooping. Yeah.
Hey friends, if you're getting something out of this, connect with us on our social media platforms. We're at CJ Elevated Life _ on Instagram and TikTok, and CJ Elevated Life on Facebook and X. We're answering DMs, sharing daily content, and building community with people ready for real transformation. For now, hit subscribe wherever you're listening, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. We drop 2 new episodes every week. And if this episode resonates, share it. That's how we reach more people who are ready for change. You can also find everything at cjelevatedlife.com. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah, so we had dinner there, and then we headed over to...
Which, just real quick, talk about that for a second. The Old Schoolhouse Brewery is fantastic.
Yes, it is.
Again, if in Winthrop, just right downtown, kind of the one edge, they... kind of limited inside seating. They've got a big deck.
It's really beautiful by the river.
Yeah, right by the river. And again, it's great, that kind of food.
Yeah.
You're at a brewery.
Yep.
It's just like pub food.
And we chose to sit inside because we had been on the river all day and needed kind of a sun break. Mm-hmm. So anyway, then we'd like to go over to Three Finger Jack. However many fingers Jack has, we went there because we like to play pool. Mm-hmm. And so we shot some pool, ran into some rude Frenchmen. Oh, yep. I just dissed France a little, and I'm French. But yeah, had an encounter there. But it just put a little hiccup in our moment and then moved on. And then we came back to the camp spot and went to sleep. Because it was like 7.
Yeah, I think so.
And slept pretty good the first night. The air mattress. We brought 2 air mattresses because I'm neurotic. And you never know when an air mattress is going to lose air. So I like to bring... And I have camped there with friends and had my air mattress deflate in the middle of the night, and that's a nightmare. But anyway.
And it just seems like that's what air mattresses do. And spoiler alert, ours did.
Yeah, and here's the funny part. Maybe if we spent more than $20 on an air mattress.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're at that age.
Yeah.
So then the next morning we woke up and had coffee on the river, again, 15 steps away from our tent, and it was beautiful and lovely. And then we packed up and went to one of my favorite lakes, which is Patterson. Isn't that Patterson Lake? Yep. So it's on your way to Sun Mountain Lodge. And I love that lake. And every year there's an eagle mom with her eaglets, doing eagle things. Mm-hmm. And we paddled across the lake and just literally hung out underneath the eagle nest.
Yeah. For a few hours.
Yeah, for a few hours.
It was a little breezy, but not bad.
No.
And it wasn't packed.
No.
Really. Even
but
for
we
4th
left.
of July. But
we left, we got there at 10:30?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we were definitely more.
Yeah, 10:30, and then we left at 2. Mm-hmm. And then we came back to camp and hung out. And that was our exciting. No, we went to the Twisp River Bakery that morning. I'm sorry. Yeah. We just got home. So,
You're hauling ass through the...
I am.
Yeah, we did. We went to the bakery. And under new ownership, I think, and maybe they're in the process of remodeling
things. Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But it was okay.
Yeah. It was okay.
They have really good coffee.
They do have great coffee.
So that was good. And then thought we went through a time warp or a alternate reality.
Yeah.
Because a place that I think we've talked about it on here before that we like to go in Winthrop is the Copper Glance.
Yeah.
And we went there last summer, and it was a barbecue place.
Yeah, it switched all of a sudden.
And so it was different. Copper Glance was a little bougie.
Yeah.
But, you could get kind of a nicer drink and some fancier, a lot of words on the menu that maybe you don't know quite what they are and, that kind of stuff. Which we don't have a lot of here in this part of the world.
No, we don't.
And so then when we went last summer when it was the barbecue place, it was like, oh, okay, well, this is different.
Yeah, super bummed. I mean, it was good, but not, what we were going for.
So then we noticed when we were in there on Friday that the Copper Glance sign was up still. Like, well, that's odd. And then I looked it up on Facebook and looking back on posts, and it's just been there.
Yeah.
Like, what happened?
Yeah.
How did we not really go? And what's weird, just as a quick aside, we just listened to a couple podcasts about people going into alternate timelines. And things.
It's fascinating. If you want to just really tweak your brain, listen to those.
Yeah. And so we thought maybe we were in one. Turns out they were just closed for a couple days, and the barbecue thing was a temporary thing while they had some issues. Whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. So went there, and they had essentially no menu.
Yeah, it was really odd because, of course, it's the 4th of July, and we were surprised that they were open anyway. But when she came over and she's like, we have 2 things. Mm-hmm. But we ended up having a really nice drink because they have fancier cocktails. Mm-hmm. And so we had a drink.
I do think that I overheard when I was inside paying that maybe their cook called out or something.
Oh, okay.
I think they had employee issues or
that
something.
Seems to be something that happens quite often. Anyway, so we had a drink and we had a charcuterie and then headed back to the camp spot. One of the things that I forgot to mention because I just jumped right into the lake part, we went to the Twisp Farmers Market.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one of the best, in my opinion. And I go there because there's a dealer there of copper jewelry. And again, these are specific places in this valley that sell jewelry that I'm not going to be able to access again. And so went to my copper dealer, and if you guys see on YouTube, I got some new copper earrings. And I went to a different copper dealer and got a new copper bracelet. But then also had a really unique conversation with another jeweler there that I've spoken to in the past. She used to live on Maui. So we had a really unique conversation. You want to talk about that, Clint, so I can get a drink of water? Thanks.
Sure. It's something that wasn't in my world at all until we started talking about going to Hawaii. And now, as we talk to people, it's so fascinating to me with people that, especially people that have lived there. Yeah. And because basically one of the first things out of her mouth when, after the pleasantries and whatever, when we said we were moving there, and we went there, I can't remember exactly how the conversation went, but one of the first things was, oh, the island will tell you if you're supposed to be there or not. And it'll tell you right away. Yeah. Like I had a friend come and her car got broke into the first night and there was something wrong with the reservations for her Airbnb and, just like rattled off 3 or 4 things. Yeah. And it's just another person really totally unsolicited. Yeah. Saying, oh, the island lets you know. Yeah. If you're supposed to be there.
Yeah, it was really interesting. So we just shared stories of Maui. She lived there after I moved back to the mainland. And so we talked about that. But it was really curious how when I told her, oh, we did an Ask the Land trip, she's like, oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, the island tells you. So anyway, that was really interesting. Super enjoyed the farmer's market. Grabbed another bag of cherries because we decided to do a cherry cleanse, apparently. And then after that is when we headed to the lake. So I wanted to share the farmer's market with you guys because literally it's an amazing farmer's market. So many artisans there, anything, of course I was looking for jewelry, but they pottery and honey and fruits and veggies and flowers and rocks and just super cool and not huge. Mm-hmm. But yeah, really enjoyed that.
But a pretty good selection.
I think so for Twisp, for sure. And really we just needed to get away, and do something fun. And this whole preparation for moving has definitely been fun-ish, but it's exhausting. And we scheduled this, 3 weeks ago? Because it was one of the only open weekends that we have. Mm-hmm. I think the only open weekend until we move. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm going to have to schedule this trip or it's not going to happen because I tend to get tunnel vision when it comes to getting tasks done and just really scoot aside anything that is meant for just being, just being present. And what I think my biggest takeaway from this trip this last weekend is nature never disappoints me. It never disappoints me. It is so consistent. And you guys know that I believe everything is one and, in different forms. But it was very grounding for me to just be, to rest and to observe and just really chill, honestly.
Hey, quick pause. If this episode is hitting you and you're ready for real tools, here's what we built.
Head on over to cjelevатedlife.com, pick up the Rebuilt Method for men or the Rebuilt Method for women, just $67 each. We also created the Parasite Detox Blueprint at $37. And this is actually the exact protocol we use ourselves.
And while you're there, sign up for the newsletter. You'll get the weekly action steps and new tools we've tested ourselves. Let's get back to the episode.
If we just keep going backwards now, one of the things that
all over the place
that I really enjoyed about the camp spot is this time of year the sun comes up basically right on the other side. You know, you're looking right into the sun coming up. Mm-hmm. And so it's on the river, you know, it's right there. And then you get because the nights, especially Saturday night, which was just last night.
Yeah.
It was chilly.
I was cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then as soon as the sun comes up and hits you in the face and everything, it was really beautiful. And,
yeah.
you know, the warmth you get from it. And
just
it's a nice spot there.
Yeah. And the peace with the river rushing, you know, all night long, just hearing the water trickle and the birds waking you up. And there's something about the thing I love about sleeping in a tent is that you're basically sleeping outside, you know, and so you're just every little noise. And I love the noises that nature makes. It's so funny because when we were on the lake on Saturday, I said to Clint, I said, I wonder if like wildlife parents, like deer parents or whatever, tell their children to be quiet so that they can listen to humans. Because as I'm laying there, you know, people are just loud. As they started to filter into the lake, they're being very loud and
just fun.
Yeah, having fun. And I'm
water.
not trying to be an asshole at all. But part of me was like, hey, shh, like, let's be quiet. I want to hear nature. And I thought, I wonder if nature is like, hey, shh, I want to hear what the humans say. I'm not sure. Anyways, so that was our 4th of July. It was very lackluster, very mellow, very exactly what I needed. What about you? Exactly what you needed or not so much?
Yeah, I think it was. It was really nice. It was really relaxing. It just so happens to work out that we're kind of in a spot where, you know, I mean, we were talking about even when because we just got up and came home this morning. So we were home by 9:30.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, there's got to be a ton of shit that we have to do because, you know, we just took 2 days off, basically.
Right.
And there really isn't. It's like, well, I could pack this stuff up, but I probably am still going to need it over the next couple weeks. And all the stuff that we don't need is basically already packed. So, you know, it just happened to work into a great time where, because of what we've done up till now, we were able to really just, you know, I didn't have one thought over the last couple days of, oh, we should be at home doing this or taking care of this or whatever.
No, I didn't either.
So that was really good.
Yeah.
So I guess the bigger takeaway is make sure and take those opportunities when you can.
It's so important.
When it makes sense in whatever your schedule is to, oh, I do have a day or a couple days here or something. And it doesn't need to be extravagant. You know, we went, I mean, an hour and a half from door to campsite. And yeah, it doesn't need to be, like I said, it doesn't need to be extravagant, but if you can take that opportunity, it really helps to rejuvenate you. Yeah,
ground you. So when we were leaving, were you, like, in my mind, as we were leaving, I was like, this is the last time I'm going to potentially, you know, camp here, be here. Did that come into your mind at all?
No.
Yeah. Well, good for you. I was like being sentimental. I'm like, oh. And it was a sadness, but it wasn't like a cry sadness. It was more like I was grateful to what, you know, the opportunity to see the river, to experience it, to go to my favorite lake, to see the eagle and the eaglets and see the fish jumping. And you know, it's more gratitude than anything.
I think what I was feeling, without getting into too many details about it, is we had this conversation a couple different times over the course of the weekend. It really felt like that place was saying, you're done here. Yeah. Like you've gotten out of it what you can get out of it, and it's been great. And this weekend was great too. Right. But there were multiple things that that ended like not on a super high note.
Yeah.
And so it was just like, okay, you know, you've got lots of cool memories from here, and this was a good experience, but it's time to move on.
And you know, it's interesting because it was never with nature,
No.
right?
No,
I mean,
that-
nature just, yeah.
The only part that was potentially a little sentimental-y, and we talked about it when we were on the lake, is, you know, we don't really have lakes
Yeah.
on Kauai.
Yep.
So, you know, for the paddleboarding, there's places in the ocean, there's some protected places that are essentially lakes, you know, they just have little ripples and
Yeah.
and there's rivers.
Yep.
And there's some rivers that people paddleboard on.
Yeah.
So there's lots of
Yeah.
paddleboarding. But not like the lakes here.
Right.
So that's something that didn't feel like, oh no, I'm telling you you're done here and you can move on.
No.
That was just like, okay, you know, this was a great time.
Yep. A
And
very good season.
So I did have it a little bit. But yeah, it is fascinating because everything else that I'm alluding to was people or not facility, but like place, you know, restaurants or whatever, those types of things. Those things all seemed like, all right,
Time to
I'm
go.
probably good.
Yep,
I don't
time
know
to
that I
go.
need to be back here. I don't know that I would want to be back here if I was staying,
Oh, yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So,
Except for the farmer's market.
except for the farmer's
Yeah.
market. Yeah.
That was lovely. So I hope that all of you had a lovely, safe 4th. I will say that no one in our campground was a partier. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was sorry to interrupt, but I was thinking that just a minute ago. It was pretty low key everywhere.
Yeah.
It was, you know, in Twisp and Winthrop. Twisp has a parade that we were there before. We didn't go to the parade, so I don't know how that was. But Winthrop was pretty low key. And then, yeah, our campground, there were zero like noise issues or obnoxious people issues.
And I've never stayed at that campground and had like, you know, oh my gosh, those people are just so loud. Like ever. No fireworks, which I appreciated only because of where we are in the country. I know that some people are in areas where it's wetter and is in a tinderbox, but no one shot off any fireworks, which I really appreciated because it just stresses me out with the fire season being so insane this year. So it was super mellow. We were able to go to sleep before midnight. I don't know, is midnight staying up till midnight on the 4th of July a thing? Probably not.
I don't know. I think just after dark.
Yeah.
If you're doing fireworks.
Yeah. So we were in bed early, and that was nice. Just super nice and relaxing. So I hope that all of you guys had a fantastic 4th of July. I'm tired. I'm going to go drink more water and probably go to bed at 6.
Find that opportunity to have that relaxing time, though.
Yeah.
'Cause it's so worth it and so needed to be able to, you know, get back to doing whatever you're doing.
And if you have to schedule it like we did, because we know ourselves, we know we're just going to be slaves to a to-do list, then do that. It's so important.
Yep.
All right, everyone. Happy late 4th of July. And thank you so much for listening and have a lovely day.
We will talk to you soon.